Hello and welcome to my final mission of this long XCOM the Long War campaign. Um, just a couple notes before I get started. This is on normal difficulty, Beta 15, aka 1.0 version of Long War. This is my first playthrough ever of Long War, so that is why I'm recording this for posterity purposes. Before we jump into the mission, I would like to introduce you to my team. So starting out on the left we have Master Sergeant Camille Garnier. She is an assault, meaning her job is to run up to the enemies and shoot them in the face with a shotgun. So she is built for that purpose. So she has a bunch of stuff to increase critical chance. She has Will to Survive here to give her some defense. I know lightning reflexes is not popular among the Long War community for assaults, but I like having that extra flexibility to avoid Overwatch fire. Maybe Vital Point targeting would have been a better idea for her build, giving her some more damage, or even extra conditioning to give her that extra will and mobility and whatnot, but that's what I went with. She's one of my first assaults, and like I said, this is my first playthrough of Long War, so I might make changes in the future. I'm seeing many things I could have done differently. So for her equipment, she's got armor to increase her mobility, reflex cannon shotgun, impact vest to help her take less damage, and then some shredder ammo and breaching ammo to cut through that enemy armor. Next person here is going to be my medic, my healing type medic. I have another medic on this mission as well. This is Glenn Friendly, one of the NPCs that the game introduces. So he is steadfast to increase his will, revive to bring people back when they're critically wounded, paramedic to give him free use of medkit, sprinter to allow him to get closer to people who need the healing, and then savior to give him more powerful medkits. He is holding an arc rifle, some very heavy armor. The arc rifle is there to disable enemies if the need should arise, and then he has a Gauss auto pistol if he needs to do some damage, then a whole bunch of medkits. So he is the main healer of the group. Next up is Roman Fyodorov, Saturn, the engineer I'm sending on this mission. I wasn't sure I wanted to send an engineer here, but went ahead and did it. So this guy there's a few different builds you can do for an engineer. This guy's more of a utility, so he has good smoke grenades, dense smoke making them even more effective. Packmaster allows him to carry extra items, and then Bombard allows him to throw those grenades much farther. So he is holding some armor for mobility, a pulse Sten gun, which will also increase his mobility. He's carrying an arc thrower, which is normally used to capture aliens, but they can also be used to heal mechs. I've also applied a mod to allow you to put an arc thrower into your pistol slot. Normally that would be in one of these small item slots. And he's got 3 alien grenades for some cover destruction and damage, and then 6 chem grenades that'll help weaken the enemies. So moving on, next we have Harper Wilkins, the Goliath. She is the tank on this mission. She's mainly an Overwatch type unit, so she'll get a free shot back after someone shoots at her, and then she gets a whole bunch of damage reduction here. Her Overwatch shots don't suffer aim penalties, and then these shock absorbent armor and extra conditioning give her some more tankiness, and then collateral damage I can use to blow up enemy cover and expose them. So she has been extremely important in this campaign. So she's wearing a Mech 7 Vindicator suit. I would have liked to put her in a more defense-focused one, but this was the best mech suit I have available at this time. She's carrying a Pulse Lance, grenade launcher, flamethrower, the Power Fist, which I am really hoping I get a chance to use in this mission. And then she's carrying tactical sensors and core armoring to further increase her tankiness, and then a scope to increase aim. Next is DJ Khaled Usman, my in-the-zone sniper. This guy is by far the kills leader of this campaign, 276 kills in 44 missions. His job is basically the janitor The other units will weaken enemies, and then he will finish them off using this in the zone ability, which means if he kills a flanked or uncovered / exposed target, that would not cost an action for him. So he routinely gets 3 to 4 kills on one turn. That combined with lock and load, he'll just burn through ammo, reload for free, and just keep it going. So I'm not sure how much this guy will be able to really use on this final map, but I felt like I had to bring him because of just how many kills he's gotten for me over the course of the campaign. So he's carrying Archangel armor so he can fly. He's got a plasma sniper rifle, a laser pistol in case someone gets close, a neural gun link, and an alloy bipod, which will increase aim and crit chance, and then a targeting module, which will increase crit chance and crit damage. So this guy's all about doing a whole bunch of damage to a whole lot of people. Next is Zhang. He is an infantry. He is the volunteer. So he has to wear the Vortex armor. He's carrying a heavy pulse rifle. I have a heavy plasma rifle, but it's being repaired right now, and I think I don't have time to wait for that to get done. We need to get this finished because the aliens continue to get more and more powerful. He's carrying a neural gun link. He has enhanced beam optics, which will give +1 damage to all laser weapons, and then a neural regulator, which will give him additional will. His abilities, he's mainly an Overwatch infantry, so covering fire will allow Overwatch shots to fire besides when the guys move. This eliminates aim penalty on Overwatch, additional damage here. That lock and load ability, which lets him reload. Sentinel gives him 2 Overwatch shots, and then rapid fire allows him to shoot up to 3 times in a single turn if I need that extra firepower. On to the second half of the squad, we have here Sean Cassidy, our scout. He is a concealment scout, meaning he can become invisible when he moves into high cover, so that's going to be handy to scout out where the enemies are. Of course, in this final mission, we know where all the enemies are at all times, but it's still going to be helpful to have a guy just go out there and see stuff. He has Sprinter to make him move further, and then extra conditioning to move even further and makes him a little tougher as well. He's got battle scanners for that recon, Deadeye, which will help him against flying targets, and then hollow targeting, which after he shoots, everyone else will have additional aim, and then lightning reflexes like my Assault. All scouts get lightning reflexes to start. So next is our commanding officer. This is Catherine Dawson Fiddler, the other medic on this mission. So she, I'm regretting giving her field surgeon. I should have given her steadfast for the extra will, but it happens. So she's got a whole bunch of stuff that beefs up her Overwatch as well, with lock and load, and then Savior for if we do need to use her medkits, they'll be more efficient. So she's carrying heavy armor, a plasma carbine, which will increase her aim and give her some mobility bonus. So she also has Illuminator gun sight, which will give her aim and crit chance, and then additional aim and crit chance when enemies are below 50% health, and then some medkits. Next is Lucas Longshot Lecompte, my other sniper. This guy is more of a where Khaled's the kind of the janitor, and he'll do a little bit of damage across many enemies. This guy doesn't get to shoot as often, but when he does, he connects for much more damage. So he's got precision shot, which will increase crit chance, and bring him on, which will also increase damage on critical hits, and then double tap, which will every other turn you can fire twice. So he's carrying the pulse sniper rifle, which has increased crit chance. He has flying armor as well, so he'll get that height advantage, and then he's carrying the same things as Khaled, the targeting module, allied bipod, and a neural gun link. Turd Ferguson. He is what we call a bullet wizard gunner. So all gunners get the suppression ability. He'll be able to, whenever he suppresses, he'll give hollow targeting and shred all those enemies, which means they'll take additional damage. And because he has Danger Zone, he can suppress multiple enemies at the same time, and Mayhem will allow him to do a little bit of damage to those enemies as well. So this guy doesn't get a ton of kills, but he sets up a lot of kills for the rest of the team. He is going to carry some heavy armor, because the aliens like to shoot at people who are suppressing them. Seems like the conventional wisdom in the community is to give your bullet wizards heavy LMG guns, which doesn't allow them to move and then shoot, or move and then suppress, but it does confer squad sight, and those guns do more damage. I like my bullet wizards to be a little more mobile, so they can move somewhere and then suppress. And really, I don't care about the increased damage from the heavier gun, because he's not going to be just shooting that often. He's going to be suppressing a lot of the time. So he has a scope for aim if he needs it, high capacity mags to give some extra ammo, and then a respirator implant. If he goes down, he won't die, because he's one of the few guys that do not have the secondary heart gene mod, which is what stops you from dying if you get down to 0 hit points. Spuds McKenzie, my other gunner. This guy is more of an Overwatch type gunner. He has saved my bacon a whole bunch of times. He either dashes, or he will shoot and then go into Overwatch, and then he has a whole bunch of Overwatch buffing abilities and extra damage. So whenever this guy seems to come up clutch every time, as an enemy's advancing to our back lines, getting close to our snipers, this guy's Overwatch is going to fire, and he's going to take him down. So he's carrying... Oops, we don't want to go there. We want to go here. He's carrying heavy armor, that bigger gun that I talked about that does do increased damage, a scope for aim, some armor-piercing ammo, and a smoke grenade, because you can never have enough smoke grenades. Van Dorn is the Rocketeer on this mission. I pretty much really only have one Rocketeer build, and it is this. So heat warheads will do additional damage to mechanical enemies. These will increase the aim and damage of his rockets. This lets him carry an additional rocket, and then this tandem warheads allows the rockets to do full damage to the whole AoE circle. So they can be pretty devastating. So yeah, that is the team. I'm going to make a cut in the video here, and then we will go ahead and launch the mission. So I will see you in the next video.